This call is being recorded.
All right, we've started recording. This is Cody from Secure Agent Mentor and SecureAgentMentor.com. I've got an agent on the phone with me that I truly admire. That's a absolute stud in the final expense business. That's been working our Facebook final expense leads, and we'll call you. We'll just call you sir. But I appreciate you being on the phone with us, buddy.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. No problem. Anything I can do to help.
Thank you so much, man. So how did you come across? You probably came across it through some social media or website or YouTube or something, right?
Yeah, it was somewhere on Facebook. I can't remember where I found. I don't know if it was at Sales Talk with Sales Professionals or a life insurance specific group, but it was one of those groups. I saw you make a post. I reached out to you, and now here I'm using you every week.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, man. Well, so kind of tell me about your business, and because I mean, you're not used to using Facebook final expense leads. You've got a different system for your business, am I right?
Yeah, no. In fact, for me, I've tried all kinds of leads, and I pretty much cannot stand anything but direct mail. Anytime I've done telemarketing leads, they just seem like a lower quality lead, a lower quality client. I mean, if you're, in my opinion, if you're going to fall for an avatar, this is not going to be a high quality appointment.
Yeah.
And so I tried other resources, and I just couldn't find anything I liked. So for me, they more or less seemed like a waste of time. But the problem is I don't want to overmail my area, so
yeah.
I'm always, looking for some other option to fill the gaps. And this time, I got more than I expected. I didn't only fill the gap, but I found a lead that might be the best lead I'm working right now. So it was like, it definitely was a win.
That's a strong statement, because you're one of those guys that buys a large bulk of direct mail leads every single week, and that it's kind of like Old Faithful, the big final expense gurus in the nation. They live and die and swear by direct mail final expense, and you're the exact same.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, the direct mail is king in final expense. That's always been the thought, but they're always comparing it to telemarketing leads or internet leads or these other different leads that are out there. And I'm not aware of a lot of people doing the Facebook leads other than you, and let alone anybody that does them who has kind of perfected how they do them. I could tell that you absolutely know what you're doing. I can tell that immediately by your returns immediately. That's been the other thing. Every time I hit up a TM lead company, they give me 1 or 2 weeks, everything's good, and then all of a sudden they're saying, well, you got to expand your area. And then it's gone. Literally, that's it. I got 2 weeks out of each company, and that's been about it.
Wow.
So that was the whole, so the whole thing is that absolutely direct mail has always been, the king, the lead, it's the bread and butter. And anything else would just be fill-in. But these that I originally purchased for the intention of filling in, I on a weekly basis, I prefer those appointments than my direct mail appointments in all. I mean, you're still dealing with the same kind of clientele. You're still dealing with the same personalities. I mean, let's face it, if you're working final expense and these people are in the latest stages of their life and they're getting insurance from you in their 60s and 70s, they kind of didn't do life right, and that's your clients, that's your people. And,
right.
You're still going to get that with these Facebook leads. You're going to get personalities and characters, and, you're going to get cussed at probably and all kinds of stuff that goes with the business. But I would still say, this is a numbers game. And by the numbers, by statistic-wise, I think I'm getting a higher response ratio, absolutely a higher phone response ratio. For my setter, she told me flat out, she says the Facebook leads answer the phone. The direct mail leads, she's got to call all week long. Has her best options of getting them on Saturday, but as the week goes by, she has the ones that don't answer, and the majority of them don't. And the Facebook leads, they answer the phone. And that's, I think, one of the biggest keys for me is I know she's going to get appointments out of them. Lately, I'd say the last couple of weeks, she's been getting 4 to 5, sometimes 6 appointments out of Facebook leads, and I'm only getting 10 from you, and that's a pretty high appointment ratio. That's absolutely a high appointment ratio. And then I would say, if I sit with 5, I probably sold 4, maybe 3. At least 3 is what it's been feeling like I'd say the last 2 weeks for sure, and maybe the third week before that. I mean, it's only been about a month or 5 weeks now. But for the last the last 3 weeks consistently, out of 5, I sold 4 or 3, and I made my money tenfold. It was well worth it, and I'm very happy to have it in my mix.
Yeah. Well, dude, I appreciate all the compliments, all the kind words, man. You know what? What's funny is, I think, you were probably like any agent. It's something new. It's not your typical final expense lead. Probably some skepticism came with it. It's not, it's more, it's closer to an internet lead, than anything to do with mail, and it's just probably really different. Were you kind of like that, where you're like, well, this guy's pumping him up, he may be blowing smoke, but I guess I'll try 10? Was that kind of the...
Absolutely. No reason to lie about that. 100%.
Yeah.
The thought process went through my mind as $200. What's the worth? It's a write-off. Absolutely. It was like, that's where it was. It was like, it's a write-off. I'll send this out. If it works, great. If not, hey, I tried it. I can't say I didn't try it. Because I actually had a gentleman that approached me that he was very familiar with funnels and Facebook, creating leads off of Facebook and doing funnels. And I know nothing about that stuff, nor did I want to.
Yeah.
And he kind of approached me, and he said, well, listen, he said, I'll give you 20 to 30 leads every single week, and I'll do this with, getting Facebook leads, and I'll do it for you, and you can just pay me, something monthly. And he wanted like $1,600 a month. It was something like he kind of mentioned $2,000, and then he said $1,600, and this is what he wanted me to invest into him, and his job was that he was going to supply me a ton of leads for that monthly, that flat monthly cost. And he said, well, listen, here's what we'll do. Start this up, give this a try, throw some money, I'll create a Facebook page for you, throw some money into it, give it a try. And he gave it a try, and no exaggeration, out of, I want to say it was $350 is all I put in to kind of see what he could get. Out of $350, I got 1 response, and that 1 response flipped out on me when I called her. Said, no, I have no clue. Yeah, I have no clue what he was sending, what he was doing. But to go from that to what you do is beyond night and day. And that's what I mean, where there absolutely is a part of that. You're doing whatever right because you perfected it. You found the way to how to get them to actually work the way they're supposed to work. Where everybody else kind of talks about, like I said, this guy could not put results, let alone $350 got me 1 blown lead. And with you, I mean, that's not how it's complete opposite.
Yeah. Wow. That is awesome. That is truly awesome. Well, anything else that, and I know I've taken up a decent amount of your time. I'm really grateful that you did this because, I mean, if you're, a little bit of what my thought process in the beginning was, this dude, and I know you're not a braggadocious individual, he's an extremely solid final expense agent that puts up a lot of commission every single week. Maybe it's just that maybe he's just got his system and his appointment setter and his, and his sales skills are just that far superior to other agents that may work these. But I don't know, maybe it really is the leads. I'm sure it's a combination of both, Well,
no, I would absolutely agree with your first statement, but yeah, no. I mean, here's what I would say to that. This is a numbers game. How good you are, or what your success, what your skills are, your skills in this career are going to add to the numbers, but it's still a numbers game, and it's the whole 10-3-1 rule. If you set 10 appointments, you might sit 3. And you'll sell 1. Now, that's pretty bad. That's really bad if you only set 3 out of setting 10. But,
yeah.
Or maybe if you get 10 leads, you set 3 and you sell 1. Maybe that's what the number's supposed to be. And the whole, my point is that number system, that ratio, only gets better with your skills or with your talents. Either way, rookie agent out of the blue, you're going to get sales. With your leads, they're going to get more sales than they would have with something else. And the reason is, one part to that is I can't tell you how many times with the direct mail leads, from what we've gone over, the verbiage you use is verbatim the same thing that's on these direct mail leads. And these direct mail leads, I still get there. They got no clue what it's about. They have no clue why I'm coming. They've forgotten all about it. And that's maybe the other part too. You're getting the leads to me, and within days I'm contacting them, so there's no forgotten. There's not 3 or 4 weeks later where they forgot, oh, yeah, it was about life insurance. They know it's about life insurance. They know why you're coming. They're interested in life insurance. They made that educated decision to click on it. Sure, you get some yahoos here and there, but the majority of them, that's the decision that they made. So, yeah, I would say for a lot of agents, whether rookie or not, or high talented skill level or not, they're going to have more laydowns in general because of you, because of your leads, than they would with other leads anyway. So it's only going to help them. And then if you add their skill set in, then it just gets better and better, and it betters those numbers. But, yeah, I would absolutely say because of the leads, because of the timing of the leads, how soon they get it. And then also, here's kind of the other part. I would like to think that the majority of people that use Facebook, that's the other part to final expense. A lot of our clients, they're not internet people. They're not Facebook people. They don't know how to do that. So the ones that do know how to do that, that actually will put them on a little bit better level than the DM leads, the quality people, because they are a little bit more understanding. They kind of more about their wits, or more, just, I don't know. If you're in Facebook, you're at least paying attention to things in life than just some of the random, DM clients. So I think it does. It makes for a little bit more of a laydown, where if you can go in and you could sound confident, like you know what you're talking about, and you build that trust with the client, and that's what they were looking for. If they're looking for it, there's no reason you shouldn't get that sale in that house.
Right. Hey, real quick, what is your appointment setter saying with these specific leads to get you appointments? Anything special?
Yeah, no, I mean it's literally, hi, I'm calling on behalf of, you sent in, or you went on to Facebook and you filled out an ad about a state-regulated farm expense program. Our agent is the guy in the area that has to go over this with you. He's going to be in your area tomorrow between, 2 and 3 o'clock. 2 p.m. work for you. Just that really pretty much that simple. I mean, as I say that, I haven't set an appointment for myself in over 2 years, so I'm pretty sure that's the script I made out for her. But it's pretty much along that line. Just, hey, this is what it's about. This is when he's going to be in your area. This is the time he's got available. Does that work for you? And then if not, she shoots for a different time. But literally just says, you went on Facebook and you clicked on that ad about a state-regulated farm expense, and nothing more. I mean, that is one of the other things that, I have mentioned to you before. I mean, there is a part with these leads for me that it's an absolute breath of fresh air for me, and part of that may be exaggerated because of how I make it harder for me on the other leads. With my direct mail leads, that's the opposite. She never says life insurance once. She doesn't say state-regulated final expense. She doesn't say state-regulated life insurance. She doesn't say any of that. She says he's here to go over your benefits. I go in blind. The reason why I do that is intentional, to get more appointments out of my leads. Her job is to put me in front of a person, not put me in front of a person about life insurance. I'll then do me once I get in front of them. You just get me in front of a breathing human being. And that's what I've taught her. With this, it's different. So with every one of my other appointments, like, for example, what I do is I still on Mondays. Mondays is nothing but the direct mail leads because it costs more and I have a larger base, and I have to keep that base because that's the relationship I have with the carrier. So, or with the vendor. So I keep that on. So Monday is nothing but direct mail leads. And like right now, I finished my Monday, and my brain is exhausted dealing with the crap I dealt with today. And that's because all day long, every appointment, I have to sell the idea and the pitch and everything about life insurance before I even transition, because they didn't know what it's about. And when I walk in on your appointments, I literally shaved off about 10 minutes of my pitch. Or, maybe it's only about 8 minutes, but that first 8 minutes I don't even need to go into. I skip it to go right into life insurance because they already know that's why I'm there. So for me, I don't have that uphill battle or I don't have to worry about any of that transition, or I don't have to sell them on the idea of life insurance. They already know what it is. So for me, being that I don't have to basically work as hard, it feels like more of a laydown to me. Now, whether it actually is, and, I got to work, because I'm just not working harder, that's how it feels. And that's where, for me, I really enjoy it.
Wow. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time, buddy. So kind of to sum it all up, what you said is you're someone that's always used direct mail, and that our Facebook leads over the last 5 or 6 weeks, however long it's been, have been just as good, if not maybe better, than any direct mail or any lead vendor or leads you've ever used.
Yeah, if and that's something that, potentially could be a discussion with you here soon, actually. If I could get 25 leads of yours every week, I wouldn't have the need for anything else, and that's what I'd rather have. I think that's something that, we're still going to have to work out to see how many can come and how many can stay in certain areas, and, and things like that. I get there's, like I said, with the telemarketing leads, they kind of hit a wall. It was no problem in the beginning, and then all of a sudden all the data ran out. So I get that sometimes with work in certain areas, there's only so much data, and it is what it is. Compared to direct mail, they're just going to mail everybody over and over and over again. So no matter what, you'll get your leads, but you get a ton of repeats. Once again, it is what it is. I would rather work 25 of your leads and, say, 10 direct mail leads as fillers. I'd rather flip it. That would be my preference. Like I said, your appointments are easier. It is what it is. They absolutely, it would be my preference for sure. Yeah.
Wow. Well, that is a strong statement, buddy. We'll I really appreciate you taking the time, man. And it's after 9:00 your time, and so for you to take time out of your night to do this and to talk about your experience, I'm extremely grateful, buddy, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man. Hey, I thank you. You so far you keep making me more money, so that puts us in good graces.
Absolutely, bro. Well, hey, thank you so much for the interview. I'm gonna go ahead and click stop on the recording, but thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thanks, brother.